Hey everybody, how are you? And welcome back to Ascended Masters. Yes, that is Kimberly Palm again. Of course it is. Now you probably have just watched her other video about her products that she put together. So make sure if you haven't watched it, go back under the product section, the courses section, and click on her video and watch what that was all about. She is tapped in, tuned in, everybody, and she's really divinely inspired and is bringing this stuff forward to the point where she doesn't do sessions anymore. She really just puts these together for you so she can really do her work and help in the masses. So it's really good stuff. So do check out what she's got going on here today. We did ask Kimberly back to talk about her book. She's got some really cool books. And I got to tell you something, Kimberly, you come up with some good stuff here. Ascension 101. So you got some cool titles. Hey, how'd you even find time to write these books? Out of all that, is that all you
Oh my
do?
gosh, it was hard. I just did it, and actually, the very first book I wrote, which is kind of the second book because I relaunched it again, which was my Fountain of Youth book, that took me 5 years to write it. The Ascension 101 book took 1 year, and the reason why is Ascension 101 was 70% channeled information from Yeshua, so it was all info from him. I just asked him questions, he answered my questions, and it went really, really fast. But the other book, my other book, which is a health book, it's a total body, mind, spirit healing health book. That took me 5 years because I had to put many years of research into that book. It was not easy. So yeah, just found the time. Almost got a divorce over the first one.
That's
The 5 year book almost caused my divorce.
You see that, everybody? That is sacrifice on your behalf. She's fighting.
Yeah.
There you go. So Ascension 101. So when someone picks up that, Kimberly, and they read it, what is your intent? What do you feel like they're going to get out of that after they've read that?
So our planet is going through this ascension, which only happens every 26,000 years, and your body is changing, your spiritual ability is changing, your third eye is opening up, and you're going from a third density, fear-based frequency planet to a fifth density love planet where we have sovereignty and free will instead of enslavement by the Cabal, because all of us have been enslaved by the Cabal for thousands of years. So we're coming out of that. All of the evil ones are getting taken off this planet like crazy. They're being removed from the planet. And people need to understand what the ascension is, why they're going through it, how to go through it, how to tell the body symptoms that you're experiencing right now, whether they're health issues or they're just ascension symptoms, how to raise your vibrational frequency, because honestly, in order for people to ascend in the first place, you have to be 528 hertz or higher. That's the frequency of love. And if you cannot get yourself to that and stay there, you're not going to make it through this whole thing that we're going through. You will go home to heaven, or you'll go back to another third density planet to keep learning until you're ready to ascend again. So this basically is the quintessential guidebook that not only helps you to make it through the ascension with your equanimity, not wanting to face punch everyone, but it also, it also answers everybody's spiritual questions. So for people who are coming out of religions, whether it's Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Seventh-day Adventist, Mormonism, whatever religion that they're coming out of, once they realize that all their religions were a big lie, and they start having all these questions, this book answers all the major questions for them. So things like, what is God? What am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose here on earth? It answers literally everybody's spiritual basic questions. So it's a true guidebook, and it also helps you to grow as a spiritual being because it gives you that roadmap to go on a spiritual journey and get closer to God, which is what our main sole purpose is, to get closer to God. And this really helps. So
you said something the operative phrase there is what you said is like, you get them there, you help them get there. But the key is really staying there, isn't it? Staying at that vibe. That's the hardest part for most people, right?
Right. Exactly.
So check that, everybody. So if you're on the journey and you're really tapping into the ascension part of things, again, and I'm a big believer in that. It's like, getting there, I think we can all maybe just get a glimpse of it, of what it's going to look like, but really being able to stay in the game is going to be key. And Ascension 101 seems like it's been, giving you the playbook for that, everybody. So, if you're thinking about that right now, which you probably already are because you're watching this, just check out Ascension 101 there. So tell us about this real Fountain of Youth there. This is the one that took you 5 years?
Yeah, it did. So what happened is Yeshua popped into my room back in 2011 and he told me that everybody on earth was basically dying from stress. You know, emotional stress was killing everyone. And he said that it's what makes everybody sick and then they die. And so he said, you know, you need to write a book to help them, because I was already stress management coaching people and I was a stress management expert and also a healer. I had a healing business, health coaching business, and I was speaking at medical conferences all over the US about stress, because 90% of physicians burn out. And what Yeshua said is, he said, I want you to get your program to the four corners of the earth. And I said, well, how am I going to do that? And he said, you're going to put it in a book. And I said, well, what am I going to call the book? And he said, you're going to call it The Real Fountain of Youth. And I said, well, why? And he said, because stress kills people. 98% of illness is caused by emotional stress, chemical stress, environmental stress, all the different types of stress. It's not, stress is not just an emotional thing. Stress is a physical thing. So like if you're working in a really horrible job, you know, if you're being exposed to loud noises, that's stress. If you're being exposed to chemicals and toxins, that's stress. So there's a lot of different types of stress. So he also gave me the name for my program, because I never had a name for my program. So he said, you're going to call it the Peace Stress Management System. And I said, why is it called that? And he said, because he said, I am the Prince of Peace, and this program is going to bring peace into everybody's lives. But the P stands for physical stress. The E stands for emotional stress. The A is an and then the C is chemical stress. And then the last E is environmental stress. So it's physical, emotional, chemical, and environmental stress. And that's peace, threw in the A for good measure. But the fact of the matter is, in order to survive on planet Earth and live a long, healthy, happy life, you have to manage all of these areas of stress in your life. And so that's what that book does. And that book is an entire body, mind, spirit healing formula. It's also a guidebook and a transformation program. So it has homework at the end of each chapter. And then the last chapter, you write your entire transformation program for yourself. Based on what you learned from the book, you write yourself a whole plan of, this is what I'm going to do to transform my life and be healthy, happy, and whole.
That's very cool. Hey, you know, I know there's a lot that, you know, it takes to just be able to energetically do what you do. And again, and I can't say this enough to you, we really do appreciate your dedication and service out there, and, you know, really just getting that, because, you know, all we have, everybody, is each other, right? And someone, our soul sister and brothers experience that they can share with us to help get us through, you know, again, you know, what we're going through right now. So again, thank you. Much love to you, soul sister. If when you guys go to buy Kimberly's books, all the descriptions will be in the links below. Remember, it is holiday season, so they make great gifts also. So thank you very much, and we'll see everybody next time.
Thank you.